Let me show you the first 10 commands you want to know when you're actually getting started with Linux. All right, so I'm just gonna run a quick one right quick, which is neofetch. As you can see, I'm on Debian. You can see I'm actually using a Raspberry Pi 4 module B. Now, the reason why I'm using this one over the module 5, which I have so many Raspberry Pis, it's not funny. But the reason why I'm using this one is because this one allows us to play a lot more and tinker with a lot more distros. So that's the reason why I'm playing with the 4 and not the 5 Plus. If you're SSHing in, it's super easy. But as you'll see later on, if you watch that other video, I'm SSHing in, but I'm actually SSHing in via local, and it's connected via USB-C cable. So even if I don't have internet, it doesn't matter. I'll always have access to my Raspberry Pi. So pretty cool. All right, so I'm gonna clear this out, and I guess that's a bonus command because clear wasn't one of the first commands that you should know. But the very first command that I feel like you should know is pwd, and pwd stands for print working directory. It just shows me where I'm at inside the filing system and allows me to be able to move around and navigate throughout the filing system. The next command you want to know is ls. So ls tells me if it's something in that working directory. The next command is change directory, which is cd, and if I go there, you can see it's the same thing. Now, if I do cd ls, and now you see I have stuff in here. Now, let me just do this really quickly because I'm not sure if this not being completely, like, I like to be motivated, so I like having this in the background while I'm typing, but I know some people don't like it. So if you happen to be one of those individuals, no worries, I got you. Let me, where is it? Profile. Okay, it's up under profile, Windows, and I'm gonna turn it down. All right, not gonna take it all the way away because I like that, but you can see now, you can see it a lot easier now. And let's see here, if I wanted to go into cd etc ls, as you can see I can. So cd is how we move around. Now if I did ... it would step me back out one, and if I did ls, you can see. Now if I wanted to just change directories and go back home, I can use this symbol and it's going to automatically put me back home. So when I do pwd, print working directory, is going to show me where I'm at. So pretty cool stuff so far. The next one that I feel like you should know is the man command. Now man is man is like man page. It allows us to see what things do. So if I say man and I say ls, as you can see now, it's going to break down to me what ls does, shows me if it has anything else I can do with it, and if it has any other handles. So you can see ls list directories, options, file. You can see this tells you everything you need to know about it, and you can move up and down page by pressing spacebar. If you want to leave out of here at any time, you just press Q. Easy peasy. You can do this with anything you want to know more about. Now you can see right here where I said man cd, no manual entry for cd. Not everything has an entry, but most things do. You can always do help cd, and help, if you do help is kind of like man, but it's different. It still gives you all the information. So you can see right here, help basically tells me the different options I can use with this specific command. So this one might be a little bit better for you, I don't know. So I can clear all that stuff. The next one is touch. So with touch is how you create a file in Linux. So if I say touch and I say demo text, then I say ls, now you can see demo text is there. Now I could say nano, and this is the new file. So I could say hello world. Actually, I don't want hello. I want going to say Linux, pretty cool. And to delete that, I just held control, press K, that deletes the whole Linux, pretty cool. All right, so now you can see down here, it tells me like what to do if I want to save this file. So to write it, you can see it's telling me control O. So if I say control O, I say enter, you can see it says one line has been written right here. And then after that, I could say control X. And now if I want to look in that file, I could say demo, tab over, and it allows me to look up in that file using cat, which isn't one of them, but I just wanted to show you that you can peek inside of a file. All right, so we're going to say clear. The next one is make directory. So mkdir. This is like a folder. This is the equivalent of a folder. So I can say demo. If I say ls, you can see now I have folders are blue, and you can see files are here. So if I wanted to navigate into this, I could say cd demo enter ls pwd, and you can see I'm in home wheel demo. That's how that works. Now if I wanted to step back one, cd 2 lines, then if I did pwd, you can see I'm back here. All right. The next one I want to show you is how to delete stuff. So right now we have demo and we have demo text. Let's say I wanted to remove demo, and then I can say .text ls, and you can see it's gone. Remove demo. Now you see what this saying? Cannot remove demo is a directory. So I have to say rm-dir demo ls, and now it's gone. So to remove a file, RM, which is what you see up here, will allow you to delete this file. Remove demo, if it's a folder, it's not going to work. You have to say remove direct or D, or however they say it, and then say the name, and then you can see it'll be removed. Then you do ls, nothing is here because all that's gone. Now, cool thing about this, if you were wanting to make a file really quickly, then you could do this. You could say make directory, so you could say photos, you could say document, what else? Photos, document, guest media, and we could say desktop. Now we say ls, all 4 of those was made. If we cd into photos, now the cool thing about this, I could say P and hit tab, and it's gonna auto complete for me, because if I say P, it already know where I'm going, because there's nothing else up in here starting with a P. So if I say pwd, you can see where I'm at, and then over here you can see right here where it's photos /photo. And then if I wanted to jump out of here, I could say cd, and I could, if I wanted to, I can go all the way back to etc and say enter ls, and now I'm inside this folder. So you can also use cd to go directly to specific file paths and things like that. It is honestly so much cool stuff you can do in Linux, but right now it's just learning how to move around the system without needing a pointer or mouse. All right, so the very next one I want to show you is going to be sudo. So sudo will come up, so I'll show you. We clear this. We can always do up for our previous commands and things like that, and down for commands as well. Or we can just say history, if I'm not mistaken, and it'll tell us a list of all the commands we've run. So as you can see, this is a fresh install. I haven't ran a lot of commands. These are all the commands me and you have run. I'm gonna say clear. And if I tried to say, let's say, because this is Ubuntu server, right? So if I said apt install neo, it's not gonna work. The reason why is because I don't have permission. I have to say sudo. Sudo is like admin privileges. Like if you needed to run something that's admin on a PC or something like that, that's the equivalent of this. So sudo apt install neo, and now you can see it's installing Neo, because I basically told it, hey, look, I have permission to install this. It's okay. But without sudo, it's a lot of things you will not be able. Now I can clear this out. The next one I want to show you is going to be the last one. Now, this probably isn't the best one for you to learn, but for me, as a newbie, it's something I will want to have on my Mac or Windows or any operating system, and that is top. Top allows you to see what's going on with your processor and all that other cool stuff. Now, top is okay, but honestly, I prefer another one, and we're going to install that right now. So we're going to say sudo install btop. Or is it htop? Sudo install htop. I think it's btop or htop. And if you notice up here, I wasn't putting a command. I wasn't putting apt, the package manager. So basically, this argument is I have permission. This is I'm making a request to the package manager. I'm asking the package manager to install something, and the name of the package I wanted to install is btop. Now let's see if it is. And this is the one I like right here. This is btop. So this it's a little bit better. It does the exact same thing. It's a little bit better, but allows me to see how hot it is, my CPU, how hard I'm running it, all that cool stuff. So that's why I like this. It allows me to see what's going on in the background, my available gigs, how much RAM I'm using, all that cool stuff. If I want to quit, I just press Q. Now, if you like, you might prefer this one right here, which is sudo install htop, and I was finna do it again. We have to invoke the package manager, which is apt. Honestly, I don't use apt. I usually use Nyla. That's why I keep forgetting to do it. But sudo apt install htop, and it says htop is already the newest version, so I already got it on there. And here's a cool trick. If you want to know if something's on there already, you could just type in that package manager and say version. Like if I wanted to know if, for example, Python was on here already, I could say version, and if Python is on here, which it is, it's going to tell me the version. So now I know Python is already on there. I don't have to worry about installing it. Now, if I did that for something like Nyla, and I know I didn't install Nyla, it's going to say Nyla not found. So now I could do sudo apt install, if I can spell, I could say Nyla. And this is my preferred package manager because honestly to me it's faster and I just like it better. I feel like it got a better interface for installing things and fetching, and it's just faster. So then I can say nyla fetch. Okay, so sudo nyla fetch. This is why you have to use sudo, because you can see a lot of things we run is sudo. Now if I was actually up under roots and not wheel, then I wouldn't have to do that. So right now it's just testing the mirrors to see which one, basically like testing the package manager, testing like the URLs that it go to download stuff to see which are the fastest. This is gonna give me a list and tell me what the fastest ones are. Then I'll be able to pick which ones I wanted to use first based off of the ones that say is the fastest. So as you can see, these are the fastest right here. So the top one, these are the fast. Now we can do these 16, so we can do all of them, but these are the fastest. So if I wanted to do all of them, I could just say one dot dot. If I wanted to do 1 through 10, I could do 1 through 10. If I want to do 1 through 16, I could do 1 through 16. Say enter, say Y for yes, and now I could say sudo nyla install whatever I wanted to. Now let me show you htop. This is htop, just in case you prefer this one. Honestly, I don't like this one. I wear glasses and it's kind of hard for my eyes to make out everything it's saying. I would almost have to come over here and, you know, do this, and I really don't want to, you know, do that. I want to be able to just look at it at a glance and it works. Leave out is Q, clear. So those are the 10 commands. You got WD, print working directory. You got ls, is list out everything in that working directory. You got cd, you can change directory. You got mkdir, make directory, which is make a folder. So if I say pwd, it's not gonna let me make a folder right here. I would have to say cd, and let's say home. Now if I say mkdir demo, now it'll let me do it. ls, you can see demo is there, and you now know how to remove a directory. So I could say demo, I could say desktop, I could say document, I could say media, and I could say photo. Then I could say ls, and you can see all of them was deleted at once. We know nano is also what we can use to create a file and open that file at the exact same time. And I could say cool stuff, and I can control O to write it, I can control X to leave. Then if I wanted to see if that actually worked, I could say cat text dash, and you can see I actually wrote it, or I could just ls and you can see it that way. The next one was sudo. We know we need sudo for permissions. That's how we install things and stuff like that. Then we have the man page or help. So I should have did man or help, whichever one. So you have the man page for something like ls, and then you can read up on it, tells you all about it. And if it doesn't give you enough information, you can say q, you can say help ls, but you see ls isn't here, or is it the other way? Nope, supposed to be help and ls. So no help topic match for ls. So maybe you can do help dot, say what about man, no, help.cd. So help.cd is here. So you just got to play with them because all of them not here. But between help and man, you should be able to find what you're looking. Now, if we come back over here, I should show you this really quickly. If we come back over to cd, let's just say /etc. You can see I'm up in here, and you have what's called arguments that you can pass through as well, or flag. I think they call them flags. So if I said ls, you can see that's what it's showing me, but it's not showing me everything. So if I wanted everything, I could say ls-8, and you can see now it's showing me the read write permissions. But if we go to the top, these dots are hidden files for me. But because I passed in show 8, that's what it did. Now the L, it just put it in, it just showed me all this information and put it in a nice little order versus like this. Now if I did ls-a, you can see what it does. It keeps everything the same. It's not giving me read write permissions or any of that. It's just showing me these two hidden files right here. When I did ls-l, you can see what this does. It just puts it in alphabetical order, and it gives me the read write permissions on the side, and that's pretty cool. It gives me the total, but as you can see, it doesn't show me the hidden files. So you can use two different flags at the same time to do more than one. And honestly, the way I'm learning this stuff is just by using it. I might get stuck and have to go look up something, but the way I'm learning is I'm just using this stuff repeatedly, repetition. Now, the last one that we talked about was how to see our processor, and that is my preferred one. B-top. Now you got H-top, but I prefer B-top. This allows me to see my actual CPU As you can see, CPU, you can see I could press menu and change this up and all that other stuff, but honestly, I'm fine with it like this. It works for me. I can scroll through here and see what's going on. You can see users root, and you can see that everything that's going on right now. You can see I'm barely touching the CPU. Well, the RAM, I got 97 gig, 97% left, 7.62 gigabytes. So this is pretty cool. And honestly, that's the 10 commands that I feel like you should start learning. That's going to help you navigate even when you get stuck or something like that. It's going to help you out. And I have more Linux commands coming your way, but just remember, I'm learning alongside you. I'm in no means an expert. Honestly, this is something fun for me to do. Is you got to take everything I say with a grain of salt. I think that's the best way to say it. But if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up and welcome to the nerdy side of tech. Till next time. Later.